Okay, so I see there's already a few people online. Okay, so write a comment if you guys can hear me, if you can hear everything well, so I can start telling you a bit about what we do. Let's wait for a few more. Okay, so we have a few people already online. You're welcome to write during this Facebook Live video. So just to explain a bit about what we do, my name is Nitai. I'm the sales manager at DerButton, and we're a tool for consultants. We streamline the process for consultants to handle their day-to-day business. We want to sort of take care of all parts of consulting, especially consultants who are sitting in front of a camera like I am and speaking to clients. So we take care of the appointment scheduling, video calls, and payment. We're involved in pretty much the main aspects. Um, we're involved in the main aspects of consulting, and this is how we sort of want to help clients. We want to help them reach more clients. We want to help them improve their relationship with their clients, and so on. So just a bit about what we've done and what we're planning to do. We've been in talks with a lot of coaches, a lot of consultants, a lot of people who are actually interested in using this, and sort of asking them for advice, trying to get an idea of what's the best approach to take here. And we have a few plans actually for what to do in the next 3 months. We're implementing PayPal. We're implementing additional payment methods. Sorry, guys, I actually have to move a room. Let me do that in 1 sec. All right, so I moved a room. I hope, can everyone still hear me, by the way? Okay, so just to answer the question of is your data secured with DerButton? So all the information is secured, especially because we're actually having to comply with GDPR laws in Europe. So these are the strictest laws there are actually in terms of data security. So this applies to clients from the US, clients from India, clients from Europe. So there's no issue on that end. So again, feel free to ask any questions. Let's see if we have a few more questions here. So just to tell you a bit about how clients have been using it so far and how most of our clients are consultants, coaches, financial advisors. Since you're able to schedule appointments, have the video calls, and also payment, this basically takes care of all elements of your practice. And this is how most of our clients are actually using this. We don't want clients to be using 3 or 4 different tools. We want them to be using one. That's kind of the aim of what we're doing here. And this is sort of the idea, is to reach as many people as possible, because we know that nowadays a lot of coaches are using something for their calendar, something for scheduling, something for video calling, and something for payments. So they're actually having to divide their business across 4 or 5 different tools. This combines it all into one very elegant, very minimalistic tool. And also something that's important for you to know is that we're not trying to change the way you do business or the way you're handling your practice at the moment. All the consultants, advisors, coaches, whatever it is, we want to complement what you're already doing. This is why we're keeping the tool very minimalistic, and this is why we're always listening to clients to get an idea of what's the best sort of approach and what are the most interesting features. So someone here asked about stacking. So this is, for anyone that's unfamiliar, This is basically referring to having multiple accounts under one user, and this is something we're actually working on. It's one of the highest priority projects because we had a lot of feedback about that. So this is definitely something we're working on. This was to Tracy. So I see there's 9 people here. Please feel free to ask any questions. Okay, let's see. Shivam ask a question. So the way clients actually get appointment reminders is that, first of all, when they have an appointment, they get, of course, an event on their calendar. We're able to synchronize with Google Calendar and Outlook, but also they get email reminders. And this is something we're going to be customizing so that you can choose when you actually get these reminders. But clients get reminders in their emails leading up to the appointment because we don't want clients to forget about the appointment. We don't want to have any no-shows. I hope that answered the question. So I just want to give, meanwhile, while people send more questions, to just give a few examples of clients we actually have, and the way this has sort of improved their business. So we have a client we've actually been in talks with for a long time, from New York. He's a business coach, and his main issue is actually managing so many clients that were approaching him, that were contacting him, and because we talked to him and he needed a solution to actually manage his existing clients. And a lot of his clients were also in Europe. So he had a time zone issue, he wasn't able to actually organize everything. So he used our tool, he used the scheduling tool. So he didn't actually need to be involved with the scheduling element. Of course, the video calls and the payment, but then it removed him from all the sort of nitty gritty business side of things and let him focus on the actual coaching and consulting. So yeah, to Katina Lee, we're able to actually access the tool through your mobile. This is also very nice because when you meet people, you're able to show them in case you want a client to schedule with you, and in case actually someone gives you a link of DerButton, you're able to enter it into your browser and then schedule immediately with them. So it does work on mobile, and we're constantly improving that interface. So please feel free to ask questions. Really anything. Can even be embarrassing questions. It's fine. Okay, so I just want to give you guys, meanwhile, another use case, just about a bit of a different use case, actually, because on the one hand, the tool helps people who are lacking clients, and also people who have too many clients. So it's actually for both sides of the coin. For people that are lacking clients, the reason this makes a lot of sense is because DerButton is not only a tool that you access through a URL, it's also something that you can embed onto your website. So this applies really to any business, and we actually have a variety of software development services, marketing agencies, lawyers, financial advisors that are all using us. So this, what we believe is that it's a replacement to the contact form. It's a much more effective way of actually getting clients to talk to you. So this means that if you're visiting someone's website and you have a look at their website and you want to contact them, instead of a contact form, there's going to be a scheduler, an embedded scheduler, which will say something like book an initial consultation, and this sort of removes the barrier of entry for the client. They're able to get in touch with you immediately, schedule with you. You're going to get a notification through your email. Once you approve the meeting, it's on your calendar, and that's it. So we worked with a lot of clients who actually had this issue, and this is how they were able to sort of get more clients, increase attraction, and sort of grow their small business by making sure that the people who are visiting their website are actually reaching out to them. Let's see a few other questions here. So in terms of integration with Office, I'm just kind of wondering what type of integration you're referring to, because we are integrated with Microsoft Outlook. So if this is something you're using, it's going to be integrated. And in terms of group scheduling, so group scheduling is something that we had a lot of feedback about, and this is something that we're looking into. We do want to have calls where multiple people can be on the call, but most likely what's going to need to happen is that meeting organizer is going to be scheduling, and it's going to be based on this person's availability. And then later on, people could be added to the call. The reason is we kind of played around with having group scheduling where everyone sort of coordinates their meetings. It was a bit messy to actually have it all up and running, and we found that people don't usually use it this way. Usually there's one manager or whatever it is, or group organizer who's in charge of scheduling, and it's based on his availability. Let's see if there's any good questions here. So I just want to say a bit about what's the plans for the next 3 months, just so you guys see where this is all heading. So one of the main things that I mentioned this briefly is that we want to make sure we're incorporating PayPal and Stripe, so that people can continue um, continue using us in every shape or form. You know, in the US, this is usually the main form of payment. So this is one of the main things we're going to be doing in the next 2-3 months. We're also going to be looking at Stackable, which I mentioned and answered here. And we're going to be focusing on group calls, which is something that's been talked about a lot. And also something that no one here actually mentioned is packages, which is something that mostly relevant to coaches and consultants, to be honest, because usually multiple sessions are involved. So this is something we had a lot of feedback on. We're going to be implementing relatively soon, but we're going to be doing this by getting feedback from people already using it and also from you guys. So if you have any feedback, feel free to also contact us through the website. We'll leave our contact information so you'll be able to actually reach out. In terms of PayPal integration to Shivam, this is, again, this is a very high priority because we know a lot of people are using PayPal. We're going to sort of compare what's faster, either PayPal or Stripe, and we're going to decide based off that. But we plan on having both of them, let's say in the next 2 months, roughly. So a few other things that are also pretty interesting for you is that we're kind of taking an approach here that's pretty different from other companies in the sense that we really want to turn the feedback we're getting from clients and turn those into features, but even to the point where we're really letting clients decide, because ultimately we want it to be sort of a product developed by the people using it and not something that we developed and then people don't really get it. And this is kind of the aim. So once again, we're going to actually be improving the way that we get feedback from everyone, from all the clients, so that you'll eventually see. And a lot of the features we have now are actually things that are recommended by clients, and we're trying to make that an even bigger part of the company. So to Lisa, multi-location, I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, but at the moment, it's not location dependent at all. This can be used really from any destination, from any location, and we've had some really interesting locations. We've had someone use this on a Caribbean island, so that's how we're gonna. That's pretty much. I hope that answers your question. See if there's any other questions here. So we are looking we're doing actually a bit of a research now to see how are people actually using this and what could be most beneficial to them. And this is sort of regarding, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for clients to actually get in touch with any advisor, coach, consultant, whatever it is. So at the end of the day is the most important aspect, because this is to get clients, is to manage clients, it has to be easy for the clients. And Keith, Yep. So calendar synchronization. Um, we're currently able to synchronize with Google Calendar and Outlook. So this is something that takes about a minute. It's in your settings, and the moment you actually sign up, go into your preferences and sync, you're pretty much good to go. And of course, the events that appear on your Google Calendar or Outlook calendar aren't going to be shown as available for your client. So if you have any type of event, if it's a birthday, if it's a meeting, if it's getting a haircut, this is not going to be shown as available. And once, of course, you schedule a meeting, this will appear on your calendar as well. So it's synchronized both ways. And by the way, about calendars, we made sure that this considers any type of event. So since we're actually using this tool on a daily basis in our office, we're able, for example, if it's an event and you decide that the event is not busy, as in it's an available event, it's free, meaning you have a setting usually in Google Calendar, at least, where you're able to say that an event is free, meaning it's not actually occupying your time. This DerButton knows this, recognizes this, and then that's how we're able, for example, to schedule, let's say, an entire work day, but then it shows that my time is actually available. And just to clarify, this is only one side of things. The other side is that you're actually choosing your working hours. Um, so the first step would be to choose working hours, let's say from 9 to 6, and you only want certain slots of time to actually be contacted. And then the second step would be to synchronize, and then you'd be good to go. Once you're synchronized, it's pretty much up and running. And that's why we honestly say that it takes 4 minutes to actually set up their button, because people know what times they work. Synchronizing is something that takes a few seconds, and then you're basically able to actually share this link with your clients. And I know I mentioned embedding, and I mentioned also um, people going through the link, but this link can be used in any shape or form. It can be in your email signature, it can be on your business card, it can be on your Facebook, your Instagram, pretty much any place that you believe clients will see, so that they can actually get in touch with you, and then schedule an appointment with you. And just a bit of an example on my end, because I worked in a few places before this where we didn't have anything like this. I was also doing a similar role. But what happened once I started using a scheduling tool, and even now on the website, there's a button with my face that says schedule an appointment now, book a demo. I realize it actually makes my life a lot easier. Clients are able to sort of choose the time that works for them. We're also dealing a lot with time zones, a lot of clients in the US, and also in Southeast Asia. So then, we don't have the back and forth. They just get a link, they schedule whenever they're available. I set my working hours, and then it just works out that way. And, I'm not losing any clients. And we're also using it for communication inside our company, because even now we're international. We have the team is actually a bit spread out at the moment. We have some in the US, most of them in Europe. So this is something that also makes our life a bit easier. So I think this has been sort of an explanation, an initial explanation. Obviously, if you're on this page and you know that you can get DerButton, try it out, see what you think, and hopefully enjoy it enough to buy it and make it part of your business and part of your daily use. Um, yeah. And obviously, if you have any questions, any feedback, really feel free to reach out. We have our contact information on the website. I'll also post it on this group so you're able to get in touch. And I hope you enjoyed this live call, and that you'll try to use us and hopefully even help us improve our tool. So thanks a lot.